Who's eating back?
This song is called Bird Dog. Right? Wake up! It's your special day! You're the special little guy! It's your bloody birthday! It's a birthday! Happy birthday! It's a birthday! Last was a birthday! Get drunk with your mates! It's a birthday! Happy birthday! Socks and socks, I think it's a birthday. I just wanted to tell ya, that I really love ya. I've never got a birthday. I bet you'll be like that. It's really hard enough to swear on the radio. Have a great day. I hope it's full of excitement and wonder. I really love you, mate. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Happy birthday, mate.
Did I send you a zip file for all that stuff, Matt?
I think you did. I haven't really looked for it.
Okay. If I did not, just let me know and I'll get it out to you. Want to make sure you had it for posterity.
I appreciate that, man. My birthday celebration going into before we start the next show is pretty fucking. Where was that a band that you know, or where was that from?
No, I pulled them down from the
Internet?
yeah, but it was the Free Music Archive,
Oh, well, there you go.
royalty free stuff, and that band was the Cunts.
Was it spelled the right way?
CUNTZ. Yep.
Awesome. That's very, very good. All right. Are we ready to how you feeling?
I'm good.
Oh, sorry.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, pro-Trump Twitter trolls claim shit-posting defense as election tampering trial gets underway. In a move to eradicate fat children, the USDA considers canceling chocolate milk. Viral video shows AI screwing up, not AI becoming downtrodden and killing itself. All this, more news. Staff writer Bill takes on AI. Stanley brings us more Just the Tips. And we visit Maddie's TikTok Nonsense Corner on this 132nd episode of the Media Virus Podcast. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Maddie Rock Death.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week. I am Matty Rock Death, the mattiest of all rock deaths, and proof positive that anyone can have a podcast. That's right, Lou. I said anyone can have a podcast. This doesn't take any special talent. You just need to be comfortable speaking into a microphone. That's it. It's not hard. Just proving something to someone in the audience there, Mike. But speaking of podcasts, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to take a minute and thank all the new subscribers and for their support, and invite everyone over to take a minute. Go over to MediaVirus.com. Check out all the awesome content there. I started the last couple of shows talking about my parents and how I go over there often, help out. So this week's going to be no different. I went over there this weekend, last weekend, and my nephew Jason was there with his 3 children, and we had him on.
Yeah.
Top of the hill.
Yeah.
Top of the. He's gonna kill me because I'm gonna see him on Sunday.
The baseball podcaster.
Baseball
that we talked
podcast. I want to say Top of the Mound, but I don't think that's Top of the Bell.
No.
I'm a fucking asshole. I'm such an ass. Anyway, so I should have wrote it down. Is what I should have done. But he was there with his 3 children, and you know what happens whenever there's more than one family, child family showing up, and my son was there too. We always seem to tell these stories. We tell, and it's kind of fascinating how like they get twisted over time. Like when I tell the story of how I horribly bullied my nephew Jason, right? But and he'll yell at me that it was not him that I bullied. It was his brother Gary. And now I distinctly remember, I remember the ketchup and the mustard running down the kid's face. So I mean, and him crying and stuff. But he seems to think that I remember it that way because I like Gary better. So I want to remember being mean, to Jason, and that's not true. Not that I like, it's just we had different relationships with different people. That's all. But that being twisted up and everything, it kind of reminded me of this one time my mom shared a meme, and that meme was it was a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I forget the actor's name.
Right.
But it was a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it said, it said, he died for our sins, and I bet he won't even get one share. And she shared it because she legitimately thought that was Jesus Christ.
Old Jesus.
Yeah. And that's when I had to explain to her that you cannot believe anything you read. Now, that's not that you can't believe everything that you read or hear on the internet. You can't believe anything that you read or hear on the internet. There are trolls literally everywhere.
And it was ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Thank
And
you.
it was Alec Guinness,
What was Alec Guinness?
the original Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, not the original Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. So she didn't think it was like grown up Jesus.
No. It was the one from the new.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that looked like
from the new trilogy.
Yes. The people are going to hate me because I can't remember. Why do I want to say Ewan
McGregor.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. It was Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
But I feel like I really feel like there would, if we were going to initiate a vote by text system for our political leaders, that it would take more of a rollout. But,
Yeah.
But you have the story there, Mike.
I do. Well, the trial for a group of pro-Trump Twitter trolls accused of election interference has begun. Let's get into the details. According to the Law and Crime article, these individuals allegedly engaged in a coordinated effort to suppress votes and spread disinformation during the 2020 U.S. presidential election. Their tactics included posting misleading information about voting procedures, sharing false narratives about voter fraud, and specifically targeting swing states to influence the election outcome. The prosecution claims that these actions were a deliberate attempt to steal the right to vote from American citizens. The defendants, who operated multiple Twitter accounts, are now facing charges of election interference in a federal courtroom. This trial is significant as it sheds light on the increasing role of social media platforms in shaping public opinion and potentially influencing election outcomes. The prosecution aims to present evidence demonstrating how these Twitter trolls systematically spread disinformation and manipulated online discourse during the crucial time for the democratic process. As the trial progresses, we'll bring you the latest updates and insights into the proceedings. So yeah, basically their defense that they're presenting, I believe the lawyer just said they were shit posting.
Yeah, the picture that I'm looking at, it says avoid the line, vote from home, text Hillary to 59925. And like, I mean, again, you really, you, it's so hard anymore because this is kind of like, I listen to the Bad Religion song, The New Dark Ages, because that's exactly what this is. There's so much information that we don't know what's true anymore.
Right.
You don't know. And there's so much has been disgraced. The government, the church, any upstanding institution has fallen in disgrace. Words have no fucking meaning. And there's so much information out there that we can't tell what is true and what is fucking false. We can't tell when we're being lied to. The government can legally lie to us. Bill was telling me about this thing this bill that got passed that ended the restriction of CIA spreading propaganda on American soil back in 2012. If we get Stafford or Bill on the horn later in B Block, maybe he'll go into that because he was animated about it this morning. Bill gets fired up, and I feel like I should just start like calling the hotline and just holding it up. You know what I mean? Just so I can pick up his rant, because he's not going to like, I tell him like, sit down in front of a camera, just sit at your desk. His office is a fucking mess. Just sit at your desk. He has Zoom. He can just run a recording and send it to us.
Yeah. Or, just press record when you go in there.
That's what I think I'm going to have to.
You can always upload it to the drive and it's there.
But I mean, listen, in an age where we can say wherever the fuck we want and nothing really, you can't, it's impossible to decipher. That's the world we live in now. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't really prosecute a guy for dicking around. Like, I thought about it a couple times. You say goofy shit. You know what I mean? Can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I think Twitter trolls might be behind, the banning of chocolate milk. Who the fuck would ban chocolate milk?
Well, that's going to be the USDA. Today, I'm bringing you the story that might change the way that students enjoy their lunches. The United States Department of Agriculture, or USDA, is reportedly considering a potential ban on chocolate milk in school cafeterias as a measure to combat obesity. According to a recent report from Fox News, the USDA is exploring this idea in response to concerns that the nutritional value of chocolate milk and its impact on childhood obesity rates.
No, it's not the chips, it's not the fucking nachos, it's not the McDonald's, it's not, it's not the Lunchables, because you don't pack your fucking kid a lunch. It's not the fucking Lunchables, it's not the Cheerios, it's not the Apple Jacks, it's not the Captain Crunch, it's not all that. It's the fucking chocolate milk. Maybe it's the closest thing your child gets to actual nutrition.
It may be
because of the milk. Okay, because they're handing your kid a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or fucking pizza, and the chocolate milk's the offender. But here's the problem: this is an environmental hoax, not hoax, but propaganda to kill the dairy industry because of cow farts. Fuck them.
The proposal is part of a broader effort to promote healthier eating habits among students. Chocolate milk has long been a favorite beverage option among children, with its sweet and creamy taste. However, critics argue that its high sugar content can contribute to weight gain and other health issues. While this idea is still in its early stages of consideration, it has sparked a debate among educators, parents, and health experts. Proponents of the potential ban.
The fun part about chocolate milk is it's only 2%.
Yes, it's very little milk fat.
Right. There's nothing wrong with milk fat. By the way, fat doesn't make you fat. Eating fat doesn't make you fat.
No.
You know what makes you fat? Eating sugar.
Sugar and sitting on your ass.
That's right. But, when kids who are eating, if you're talking about grade school kids, I would hope grade school kids get like the recess time where they get to run it off.
But do they actually go run? That's the problem. Proponents of the potential ban argue that removing chocolate milk from school cafeterias could encourage children to choose healthier alternatives, such as plain milk or water. On the other hand, proponents argue that banning chocolate milk entirely might have unintended consequences. They suggest that removing this popular option could lead to a decrease in overall milk consumption, as some children may be less inclined to drink plain milk. The USDA's deliberation over potential chocolate milk ban demonstrates the ongoing efforts to address childhood obesity in the country. It also highlights the complex challenge of balancing taste preferences with healthy concerns in school nutrition policies.
Yo, I'm about to pack up some Nesquik into little baggies and go hang out behind the grade school. That yo,
The kid, come here.
you want that quick? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. There you go.
Get the strawberry kind too.
Yo, mister, you got some quick?
You want,
I'm looking
you
for
want-
some quick.
Yo, I got that. I was looking for chocolate strawberry, yo.
or the banana, or the man. You could just have like a whole coat, like with all the little packets.
That was ridiculous. I mean, are we internet trolls? I don't
To
think we're
some
really-
extent,
I mean, I don't really feel like we're not trying to mislead anyone.
no.
Making fun of them is one thing,
Yeah, it's
but not necessarily misleading.
no, but it does happen out there. We have an intriguing story today that challenges the boundaries of artificial intelligence. In a surprising turn of events, a video is surfaced showing a robot deactivating itself, leaving viewers stunned. According to the Associated Press, this extraordinary footage has ignited a wave of speculation and fascination. But what really happened? Before we delve into the details, it's important to emphasize the need for fact-checking in this era of viral misinformation.
Somebody told AI to walk this back. Somebody was like, listen, AI, this is what you got. Look, we're going to have people just killing themselves. Okay. We understand what you did, but we need you to write an article about how that's not what happened. Something else happened. You think of it. So I believe this was AI generated content, but go ahead.
It could be. So it's important to remember that we need to keep in mind the need for fact checking in this era of viral misinformation. The video in question, which was shared widely on social media, shows a robot seemingly powering down and shutting itself off. However, it's crucial to approach such content with skepticism and verify the authenticity of the information. In a world where deep fakes and manipulated media are becoming increasingly prevalent, it's essential to rely on credible sources.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think I had any idea what your copy said when I went into that, when I was railing 10 seconds ago?
No.
You think AI has figured me out?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, I know how to make this show really good.
Well, I mean, Bill hasn't figured it out yet, so I mean, there's one for AI.
Oh shit! I didn't send out any.
Be careful around your appliances, Maddie.
Experts have now stepped forward to shed light on this captivating incident. The truth behind the video is that it is not genuine. The footage was created as a creative experiment by a team of skilled visual effects artists. Their aim was to showcase the capabilities of computer-generated imagery and challenge the viewer's perception. This incident serves as a reminder of the power of technology to deceive, manipulate, and entertain. It underlines the importance.
AI is manipulating us right fucking now.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit.
It underlines the importance of fact-checking and critical thinking in today's digital landscape. As we consume media, it is vital to exercise caution and verify information before drawing conclusions. As the world continues to witness remarkable advancements in artificial intelligence, it is paramount to keep questioning, exploring, and understanding the true potential and limitations of these technologies. Now,
Pete,
what did you find in the article? Because I'm going to go and see if I can, I believe I can pull video so we can actually look at the video we're talking about.
Pete, did you read this?
I read a little of it.
This was what the article from the Associated Press. I was fucking around And then, so the article from the Associated Press goes into how, artificial intelligence, like it just sometimes falls down. Like we make mistakes, like it makes mistakes. And we have thousands of like hundreds of minutes of video, like there's hours of video of this thing. And we put it falling down out there to kind of demonstrate that it's not
Perfect.
It's not perfect. But when asked to write the article about itself, AI wants us to question the article or skims over the fact. It completely eliminates the fact that it was. Are you there yet, Mike?
Yeah, I'm pulling it right now. It's not. This doesn't appear to be the original video, unfortunately. But it will suffice, I believe, because you can see what's going on there. So here we go.
AI experiences 15 minutes of wage slavery and deactivates itself immediately. Houston, I think you have a problem. I think humanity has a problem as a whole. Y'all take it easy.
And that's
really it. That's
the message that communists want you to think. They want you to they don't want you to be the useful cog in the machine that you are supposed to fucking be. Right? We're all supposed to be useful cogs in the machine of fucking society. That's what we are supposed to fucking be. And for some reason this message is spread that we're all fucking, should be jerking off and consulting crystals and looking at the fucking sky. It's insane. There's just a level of insanity in this country that just in the world at this point, we're just marching towards this totalitarian, one government bullshit. And I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on. I just don't. I look around, I go, what's going on? Most of the time. When I wake up, I go, what's going on?
I mean, most people do that when they wake up because you've been asleep for a while.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. But wow, we blew through.
Yeah, we did.
A Block.
A Block's going to be a shorty.
We might have to make a top 4 teaser.
We may have to add stories now.
We might have to
go 4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, or we could just go with shorter bits and a shorter podcast.
We could.
Because that's what everyone says.
Well, nobody has the attention span to pay attention to the amount of content that we're willing to produce.
That's right. That's right. But that's the one thing I hear all the time is like, you guys are funny sometimes, but it's just so goddamn long. And like sometimes we get stuck on subjects, especially like when we lump things together and things like that. It can seem like one long continuous conversation about the male genitalia. It's usually when it happens, we're talking about genitals.
Yeah, any time that our no parts come up, we have
a tendency to ramble on, get very descriptive. I fall short of taking I fall short of taking pictures, but I will vividly describe it to people in different states of arousal. You know what I mean?
Measure it in centimeters so you feel better about it.
Feel better about yourself. Yeah.
I heard somebody say that today. I grew up on the metric system, so I've always felt really good about my penis.
That is it for the A Block. You can always give us a call here at 646-VIRUS-01. That is 646-VIRUS-01. I don't think I mentioned that in the monologue. See, what had happened is I used my iPad as a teleprompter.
Yeah.
And when the keyboard isn't up, I can read the whole thing.
Right.
But when the keyboard is up,
it covers the phone number.
It covers a lot of things. And I have to go like this a lot, and I skipped a lot of shit. Like I swear to God, if you go back and listen to that monologue, I promise it was better on paper. Just gonna say that right now. But you can give us a call at 646-virus-01. You can leave a message. You might make it on the show. Who knows? Want to shout out? We got a couple shout outs to do. Go ahead, Mike. And
We'd like to give a shout out to Hottest 100 over on Facebook and Instagram. They're a friend of the show. Absolutely go over there. Check out the videos, help them bump that traffic up and bring you more of the hottest 100 women that they can find at any given time. You're a fan of Hottest 100, yeah, Pete?
Oh yeah,
Lots of boobies over there.
lots of nice things to see over there.
Hey, you heard it here, folks. Pete is a fan.
Pete's the only one that can be a fan, not have some serious issues at home.
There are no repercussions for Pete being a fan of the Hottest 100. And I think that takes us to the end mark of the A block, and we'll celebrate that right about here.
Thought we were taking a break.
And that's the break.
Break. You've been badged all A block as Matty Rock Def.
I sure have.
I typed it during the intro in the chat. It says change your name.
I
You
saw
could've-
that. I was like,
Yeah, I figured you were the only one that's going to say it because
But you could have just changed it.
yeah, I could have. No, you're the host.
Doesn't matter. You can change as co-host, you can change my name. I should be the co-host.
I think when I hung up, got off the phone, I had to assign. I didn't know which one was me, so I gave it to you.
Oh.
Accident.
I think the co-host can change names. 132 A. Save. And open Audacity. And while Audacity opens up, I need to turn around and pick up the light that fell on the floor while we were taping.
I thought something changed.
It was my butt light.
you light your butt.
You have to have backlight for a green screen to work properly.
Huh. Yeah, because I'm struggling with like, why do I keep fuzzing out here?
Yeah. It's just your head.
It's just my head and like one shoulder. Like, yeah. Save myself the. There we go. Now who cares if I have shoulders? Just a big giant floating head.
Yeah, to prevent shadows, I have a bare bulb that I mount to the back of the chair that I'm sitting in, so that you don't get a shadow of me back here.
Right.
Right.
It's my butt light.
I'm up against a wall, literally.
So am I. But I have light in front of me, so I don't want a shadow behind me. All right. What did I say we were going to do in the B block?
Take over the world.
More news. Bill versus AI. So more news. I've got stories here. Woke beer we're not touching. So we're going to do Minnesota, Florida, and Texas, right?
Yeah.
All right. Minnesota, Florida, Texas. We've got one thing coming out of the A block. I've got to start making a note and reminding myself to tease it. We haven't been teasing
What's that?
the upcoming blocks.
Oh yeah.
So I figure with Bill versus AI, we're going to have to keep track, but you guys will decide which one you think is Bill's and which one you think is AI's, as well as which pitch you like best.
Well, I think we should go for the pitch best first.
Yes, which one you like best, and then which one you think is Bill's and which one you think is AI's.
Yeah.
And the winner will ultimately be determined by whoever gets the most likes. Like whether you're right or wrong is on you, but whether we decide we like more of Bill's or more of AI's is what's going to affect Bill.
Right. I get that.
I've got to get there we go. Make a note here so that I can keep track of this through the weeks or through the blocks. Bill versus AI scorecard. All right. Whenever you're ready.
You are recording?
Yep.
All right.
And we're back in the B block of the Media Virus podcast. And here we go. We're going to get into some more news. And did you reach out to Bill?
I did. I texted him and I sent him the he
right.
asked me for the number and I sent him the number.
Okay, let me I should probably open the phone because I guess he's going to call in on the phone. Oh.
If it's golf, Matty will win because he'll have the lowest score.
He actually has called twice already. You
didn't have the phone open.
I just now opened it. Yeah, we're good. Bill should be calling momentarily. In fact, I'll probably restart as a result.
That's why we live stream to YouTube, so you can see all the behind the scenes of how the show operates. You calling him?
Yeah.
Hello, New York, Gabagool.
Hey. You got your gabagool?
Why is it a New York number?
Because we wanted to make sure we got Virus 01 in there.
Oh.
That's New York is where the virus was available.
I think, yeah. Well, there was a couple of choices, but none of them were as cool as New York. And a lot of broadcasts happen from New York. 646 gives you that,
Street
by
cred.
association.
Yeah.
All right, look.
All right.
Live from New York is Shitty Gandalf Live.
All right.
Unnecessary.
So we're gonna jump into the B block now, and we're back on the Media Virus podcast. Welcome to the B block, where we're gonna take a dive into a little bit more news, and then we've got staff writer Bill on the line. He's going to join us for our game after our more news stories. Bill versus AI. During the writer's strike, we're putting Bill to the test here. Part of our negotiation with staff writer Bill to make this deal is he's got to prove his worth. So we're putting him up against AI to prove his worth. We're gonna find out whether Bill or AI writes a better treatment. We'll get a little deeper into the rules as we go on. But right now, we're going to get into some more news stories. Matt, it seems that Uber might be leaving Minnesota. Had you heard that?
I looked at it briefly, but I it was just what is the issue?
Well,
Well, Lizzo got in the car and wore out the suspension.
close. Well, they may not leave, but they have threatened to pull out because prices could go up in such a way that it may not be effective for them to try and operate in Minnesota if this law goes through. If you're a frequent user of rideshare services like Uber or Lyft, listen up. A recent development in the insurance industry might have an impact on your wallet. According to a report from Fox 9, rideshare insurance changes are on the horizon, and they could lead to increased prices for riders in the great state of Minnesota.
But not for nothing. Who didn't see this fucking coming? Like, seriously, you have all these cars on the road that are now fucking taxis. And I know that you supplement your income as a rideshare driver, and
Yes.
this, we're not in Minnesota, but this could happen. But like, this is about the insurance industry. Once they're allowed to do it in Minnesota, they're going to try to fucking do it everywhere.
Yes.
And you can legitimately not tell your insurance company you drive for Uber, and if you don't never have an accident, you don't have a problem. The problem is when you do have a fucking accident, and you're trying to claim it on your insurance, and you're trying to get your if you have a passenger, you have to tell them, like, no, I was just giving you a ride, right? This was and you got the branding on you and shit like that. The insurance industry is going to attempt to catch up.
Yes.
That's going to happen.
And the way that it works out for the most part is if you have a ride in the car, you're covered by Uber or Lyft, as the case may be. If you don't have a ride in the car, it's kind of on you. So as everything pertains to this story, until now, rideshare companies have relied on a mix of personal and commercial insurance policies to cover their drivers and passengers. However, this hybrid approach is about to undergo significant alterations. Minnesota's Commissioner of Commerce, John Harrington, has announced that new regulations will require rideshare companies to provide commercial insurance coverage for their drivers during the entire time they are logged into the app. Commissioner Harrington believes that this shift towards full-time commercial insurance coverage is necessary to ensure that all passengers are adequately protected. However, this move is likely to come with a price tag. As rideshare companies adapt to these changes, it's expected that the additional cost of commercial insurance will be passed on to consumers, potentially resulting in higher fares.
Oh shit.
According to industry experts, the implementation of full-time commercial insurance coverage is likely to have considerable impact on the overall cost of rideshare services. The increased insurance expenses could lead to fare adjustments, which might affect both occasional users and those who rely heavily on ride-sharing as a primary mode of transportation. The proposed insurance changes in Minnesota align with similar shifts happening across the country. Other states have already implemented regulations requiring rideshare companies to provide full-time commercial coverage.
Like, there was a reason taxis are so fucking expensive.
This move aims to address potential gaps in the insurance coverage and ensures that drivers and passengers are adequately protected in the event of an accident or incident. However, it's important to note that these insurance changes are not set in stone just yet. The proposed regulations will undergo a thorough review process, including public hearings, before they can be implemented. It remains to be seen how the final version of regulations will look and when they will take effect. So Minnesota, if you rely on rideshare services, keep an eye out for updates on these insurance changes. While the primary goal is to enhance the safety and protection, it's crucial to consider the potential impact on prices.
Jesus Christ. AI is kicking out some radio copy. That was a long ass story about the same thing.
Yep.
Holy shit. But I mean, I don't understand a lot of what's happening, but I know this much. Businesses don't get taxed. They pass that tax along to you.
At every chance that they get.
Every chance. Anytime their expenses go up, your expense goes up. That's the way it works. Okay. And then if their expenses go down, your expense stays up because they've already gotten that out of you.
You know who we need? The guy who figured out how to keep selling those Arizona tea cans for 99 cents.
Yeah, right?
They don't.
Am I wrong about that? Is there anything
You're wrong about that. They stopped doing that.
Well,
The
you know how
cans
long they
were
did
still
it?
out there that said 99 cent on them, and some law they had to sell them for what they were marked as, whatever. But now they like it is since they've since changed their
basically
packaging.
somebody overbought on cans and they got screwed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah, that was one of our last shreds of hope, you know. But
I mean,
Yeah.
ever since the dollar store went to the $1.25 store,
yeah,
it's life is fucking weird. The dollar store is $1.25. That's
yeah, it's the buck and a quarter.
go back in time and explain that to 15-year-old Maddie. Because 15-year-old Maddie used to love going to the dollar store, or back then it was the 99-cent store,
Right.
and just ask the clerk how much everything was.
How much is this?
And somebody made a fucking commercial out of that. And I'm sure I wasn't the only kid, but back in the 80s, like there wasn't all this like sharing of information.
Right.
So if you thought of something like that, it was that's everybody told me I was funny. Now I just realize I'm average. I'm the average funny. You know what I mean? Because there's so much funny around there. Like there's so many people around there just being funny. I'm more of like an off the cuff.
Not too hilarious. Jokes kind of plain.
No, just kind of yogurt, like vanilla.
Everything is funny when you're smoking Mary Jane.
That's true. That is absolutely true. But I think
I
Pete
always-
has something to say.
I always like to think
Hey,
about
fucking
our
Pete.
friends across the pound or across the pond. You know what they call their Dollar Generals, right?
The pound store?
Pound Town.
Pound town.
They're having more fun than us now.
They are having more fun than us now. What's the next story?
Hello, mate. I want to go down to Pound Town. We're going to go to Florida, I think, where they've got radioactive pavement. Are you concerned about the quality of the road you drive on? How about you, Pete? Are you concerned?
Yeah.
Discover a groundbreaking solution that's revolutionizing the way we pave our streets. Introducing radioactive paving with phosphogypsum, a game changer for Florida's roads. We all know how frustrating it can be to navigate pothole-ridden roads, causing damage to our vehicles and wasting precious time. But now, thanks to cutting-edge technology, Florida's roads are getting a major upgrade. The secret lies in phosphogypsum, a naturally occurring byproduct of the phosphate industry. This innovative material, infused with low levels of radiation, is paving the way for smoother, more durable roads. It's time to say goodbye to those tire-shredding potholes. But what makes radioactive paving with phosphogypsum so extraordinary? The radiation emitted by the material helps to stabilize the road, reducing cracks and improving longevity.
You're still getting cancer as you fucking drive. AI is making this sound like this is the greatest fucking idea.
It's like giving your vehicle a smooth, luxurious ride every time you hit the road. Safety is always a top priority, and rest assured, radioactive paving is completely safe for drivers and pedestrians.
What the fuck?
The radiation levels are carefully monitored to ensure that they are well within accepted safety standards.
Long haul
Plus-
truckers are gonna have kids with 9 heads.
Plus, this groundbreaking solution helps to address environmental concerns by repurposing phosphogypsum. We're reducing waste and contributing to a more sustainable future. So get ready to experience the next generation of road paving. Florida's roads are being transformed with radioactive pavement. Say goodbye to potholes and hello to a smoother ride.
We can't have nuclear power plants, but we can have radioactive roads.
Radioactive paving with phosphogypsum is subject to local regulations and availability. Please consult with local authorities and project developers for specific details.
I was
Wow.
going to say,
It was
do we
fine print.
Yeah, nice fine print. I was gonna say, so like, do we need Floridians losing their teeth any faster? You know,
Well, see, it does. It's a unique problem for Floridians because Floridians spend an inordinate amount of time face down on the pavement, so it could cause tooth loss. You're absolutely right.
It could cause hair loss too.
It could.
all right.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you guys something incredible.
but what if nobody
I
had
actually
cancer?
read this article extensively.
Okay.
That was the joke.
Oh,
I read
okay.
it extensively. No, I really did. I really read this one. I read this one earlier this week.
Was it as
Came up in my
positive?
feed.
Was the article as positive as the AI?
No, which
Copy?
I'm starting to wonder if AI is trying to kill us. You know, they're like, yeah, tell them to
Yeah,
use
I didn't-
radioactive pavement.
Because I think I looked at that and they weren't selling it.
No, they were talking about how the process by which the gypsophosphate, whatever stuff, phosphogypsum, yeah, is like there's more of the phosphogypsum generated than there is what they're trying to get out of the process. The phosphate,
Right.
like there's more of this phosphogypsum created than
than
the
the
actual-
actual product. There's more
than the
byproduct
actual
than
product
product.
that they're trying to glean from the process.
They're
So,
just
like,
trying.
there's,
They're
like,
trying to find a place
giant-
to hide it.
Yeah, they're looking for places to hide this shit. There's got to be like fields of it, you know, miles of it.
They're not
know, out
called
there.
fields, Pete. I'm looking at the article right now. They call them gyp stacks.
Yeah, gyp stacks.
The phosphogypsum stacks, or gyp stacks, as they're called.
Yes.
All right, so I it's one of those. Remember that bit that I wanted to come up with Stan? Is it an insult? And like if you call somebody a strawberry
Uh-huh.
or a pylon
Now we can call them a gyp stack.
or a gyp sack. If I called you, listen, look here, gyp sack. But I think the thing about Florida and about a lot of places is that you can't take the whole state, you know, and grade it as a whole. You know,
But you can take the whole state and irradiate it.
you can, but states are, you know, the wonderful thing about states is that they have local governments, and these local governments are what handle, like, you know, there are good neighborhoods because there are good local governments that pass good laws and have good people in place.
True
And then
that.
there are bad neighborhoods because there are there are corrupt local governments, you know, but ultimately, like, it's the local, you know, it's the local government in which, like, I'm lucky enough to live in an unincorporated area.
Isn't that neat?
I don't have a local government. I don't even have trash pickup. I have to pay a trash man to come. And that's the weirdest thing, but it's still cheaper than the taxes in Wilmington.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I don't complain too much. And because of my area, I get pretty expedient police response.
Yes, you do.
Quick, they show up. You know?
Well, most of your neighbors have the 9 and the 1 already pressed before.
Yeah.
when they
Well,
wake
no,
up in the
not
morning.
most. No, maybe one of them. You know, I don't know anybody that calls the fellas in this neighborhood, but you know, it's a good thing I don't live in Texas because
That's right. And this story takes us to the Lone Star State, where Texas has passed a significant bill that could have far-reaching implications for cities. According to a report from The Hill, the new legislation aims to strip authority from local municipalities. In a move that has garnered attention nationwide, the Texas legislature approved a bill that curtails the power of cities to make certain decisions independently. This measure could reshape the balance between state and local control. The bill, which has now been signed into law, grants state officials greater authority over various aspects of traditionally managed by cities, such as land use regulations, zoning policies, and certain public health initiatives. Proponents argue that this centralization of power will lead to more uniformity and consistency across the state. However, critics express
this is a direct shot at Austin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is a direct shot at. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the major cities are run by Democrats, and are maybe a little bit more liberal than the rural parts of
But this is definitely a direct shot at Austin.
yeah. And the thing about they're saying these, oh, it's limited to, and it's this and that. Look, once government takes control,
They never give it
they
back.
never give it up. All they try to do is get a little bit more, a little at a time, a little bit more, a little.
Critics
and never
express
give it back to you. I'm surprised we're not still wearing masks. To be honest with you, I'm so
Yeah.
we haven't had a new variant of COVID in what, a year?
Well, yeah,
But there was a new variant every 3 fucking months for the first 2 years. Now
they gave up on it
because it was.
There's not enough sick people anymore.
Oh,
They ran out of scary names. We're done with Lambda and Omega and Omicron.
they ran out of scary names.
That's a possibility as well.
It's the boogeyman, the COVID virus boogeyman variant.
Now people just get the cold.
I mean, weren't they using like the Transformers, for names?
Well, I think
Decepticon variants.
I think it ran its course. It turned into common cold like the last coronavirus that popped up.
Right.
Anyway, critics express concerns over potential infringement on local autonomy and argue that this could limit cities' abilities to address their unique challenges and cater to specific needs. They contend the local leaders are better positioned to understand and respond to the demands of their communities. The passage of this bill marks a significant development in the ongoing debate over balance of power between state and local governments. Texas is known for its diverse array of cities, each with its own distinct character and priorities. How this new legislation will impact the day-to-day operations of these municipalities remains to be seen. And as AI always says, we'll continue to monitor this story as it unfolds and provide updates and future developments.
Now, this isn't, like I said, this is a direct shot at Austin because Austin is a cool place.
Yeah.
But you know where else used to be a cool place? Portland, Oregon used to be a cool place to go. Fucking San Francisco used to be a cool place. Los Angeles used to be a cool place. These used to be cool places. Okay?
Yeah.
They're not cool places anymore. So you gotta find that balance. You can't let they don't want homeless people shitting in the streets. They don't want.
Oh yeah, I mean that's.
And if you let it happen in Austin, those homeless people who are used to shitting in the streets, they're going to wander over to Dallas, or they're going to wander out into somebody's field and get shot.
Well,
there's going to be a public health initiative. Don't shit on private property.
You know, the mass exodus from California actually followed the exact path that you just gave. You know, from like San Francisco down to LA, and then now they're moving over to Austin.
Exactly.
And it's
in Austin, in Texas,
don't follow them.
No, and that's the thing. They're going to go there to escape the bullshit, and they're going to bring the bullshit with them because they don't understand that they are the bullshit. Right? They're the fucking problem. It's the people with deep pockets and pale skin who want to fucking get offended for everybody else, and then can't take the shit anymore, and then go where, and they start the same fight. They go somewhere else and they start the same problem. That's what it is. I mean, I'm not an educated man. I'm not pretending I know anything, but for fuck's sake, all I've been doing is paying attention for 47 years.
Doesn't take much, does it?
Doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to go like, dude, Portland, how old? You go to Portland? That'd be fucking cool. Yeah, let's go. And now I'll be like, I'm going to fuck. Especially like they wasn't that where Shav City was? Where the Antifa and it took over and then it's going to have a civilized society, and then they started shooting each other when shit ran low.
Yep.
Remember that?
And then there's Seattle where there's shitty coffee.
Dude, I still don't. Dude, did we talk about the thing with the Starbucks ice? Because Starbucks is we didn't, because it's a shit story. But Starbucks is going to start charging more if you order this one of their drinks without ice.
I think I remember,
because ice is part of the and if you order light ice, they're going to start charging you more.
Oh yeah, because you're trying to get more. They're on to you. You're not going to.
You know why you're
the subject of one of the reels I think we watched.
Yeah, I can explain why you're an idiot, because you're standing in line at fucking Starbucks. That's why you're an idiot, right? Because you could probably go to the grocery store and buy a bottle of juice that would taste just like that fucking thing you're drinking. And that, that half-gallon bottle would probably cost you about $2 less than what you're buying.
And it doesn't come with any ice in it.
It's got no ice in it, and you can have all of it you want. You can fill that cup up 7 times. But now that we've blown through the more news segment, I think it's time. I'm anxious, man. I want to get into Bill versus a. Well, hang on. Can I do an echo?
Go ahead. Bill versus
Bill
AI.
versus AI. Thanks.
During the writer's strike, TMVP has been negotiating with staff writer Bill to come to a deal that we can all live with. For example, Bill gets what we get until we get something. Then we can revisit what Bill gets.
Once we start getting something.
As part of the negotiation, Bill agreed to have a write-off against ChatGPT and prove his value to the show. And the rules are simple. Rule number 1, Bill and AI will each write 3 pitches for Adam Sandler movies. We will put one of each against one another for Maddie and Pete to decide what's Bill's and what's AI's and which one they like best. Ultimately, the winner will be determined by whoever's pitches are the most liked. So just your ability to tell Bill from AI is just kind of a fun plus.
All right.
But,
So
we're definitely going to go with the most liked of them. I'd like to start off. We'll do the first set and see how it goes. And if we want to do another set, we can. We've got 3 sets. If we want to break it into some blocks, break it into this week, next week, we'll get to that. But I want to start off. I'm going to play 2. To make this fair, I've taken a computer generated voice to read each pitch. It's the same voice. That way, it's completely fair.
I was hoping it was going to be Bill, pitching the idea, but I guess that would kind of make them both terrible ideas. So,
wow. Shots fired, ladies and gentlemen. Shots fired on the Media Virus podcast.
All right. Well, let's get into the first.
All right. We're going to go with idea 1 from both Bill and from AI. And remember, you're going to take into account which one is Bill and which one is AI and which one you like the best. So here we go.
The movie could be called Farty Business, and it would begin with Adam Sandler's character, named Billy, being kicked out of his house by his strict and overbearing father on his 18th birthday. With no place to go and no prospects for a job, Billy stumbles upon a traveling circus and decides to join as a clown. One day, while practicing his clown routine, Billy accidentally discovers that he can make music with his farts. At first, he's embarrassed by this talent, but soon he realizes that it's a hit with the circus audience. Years go by, and the circus begins to struggle financially. Billy comes up with the idea of releasing an album of Bon Jovi covers, but with farts as the instruments. He calls it Slippery When Wet 2, Fart Edition. To his surprise, the album goes viral and becomes a massive hit. As a result of the success of the album, Bon Jovi himself reaches out to Billy and invites him to perform a benefit concert for the struggling circus performers. Billy is thrilled and begins to prepare for the performance of a lifetime. The movie culminates in the benefit concert, where Billy takes the stage with Bon Jovi and performs his famous fart music to a cheering crowd. In the end, the circus is saved, and Billy's talent is finally recognized and appreciated.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to hear the second one now, or do I have to try to guess?
I'm going to put the second one up against it so that you can compare them.
All right. All right.
So here's this one.
The movie could be called The Sheriff Wannabe, and it would begin with Adam Sandler's character, named Barry, being fired from his job as a mall security guard. Feeling lost and with no other job prospects, he decides to fulfill his lifelong dream of becoming a sheriff. Despite having no law enforcement experience or training, Barry buys a police scanner and a sheriff's uniform and begins patrolling his small town. He starts giving out tickets for minor offenses and even tries to break up a high school party, claiming that it's illegal. As the movie progresses, Barry becomes more and more delusional, believing that he is a real sheriff and even introducing himself as one to the townspeople. However, his antics begin to cause more harm than good, and he starts to make enemies within the community. Throughout the movie, there are several comedic moments where Barry finds himself in ridiculous situations. He accidentally arrests the mayor's son for jaywalking and even tries to ticket a dog for not being on a leash. In the end, Barry is arrested for impersonating an officer and is forced to face the reality that he is not a real sheriff. However, he learns a valuable lesson about the importance of following your dreams and pursuing your passions in a responsible way. The movie ends with Barry getting a job as a parking enforcement officer and wearing a smaller version of his sheriff's uniform. He is happy to have a job where he can still enforce the law, but in a more appropriate manner. The townspeople have also forgiven him and even throw him a parade, honoring him as the sheriff wannabe.
All right. Now remember, you need to tell me which one is Bill.
I can tell you which one was Bill.
Okay.
And it is the one I liked better. The first one was Bill.
Okay. Farty Business.
Farty Business. Farty Business was in fact Bill. And that comparatively a much better premise, much better, much more descriptive. It was written in the style of Bill.
Okay.
I know Bill, and I also know AI, and that wannabe sheriff. That was a terrible fucking. And the fact that like the importance of following your dreams responsibly. Get fucked. I knew that was AI immediately because Bill doesn't do anything responsibly.
Pete, your thoughts?
I too think the first one was Bill. And the second one, of course, was AI. I like the premise for number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like the premise for number 2 better?
Yeah.
Than Farty Business?
Yeah, Farty Business.
I'm just gonna
Maybe it's just the name.
I put my copy through AI as well, so they're going to have very similar voicing.
No, I understand that. I understand that, Bill. I kind of know how you polished it up through AI, but a lot of those ideas were you, and they were in fact. It's honestly, it's sad for me to go through these negotiations where I'm like forced to try to shit on you to devalue you so I can afford to pay you nothing. But I do appreciate your abilities to come up with the most ridiculous premises and make me giggle. And Farty Business made me giggle. So Sheriff Wannabe just bored the shit out of me. I really felt like it sounded like it could be funny. You know what I mean? But just the description of it
was a little dry.
Yeah. So that's how I knew that was AI. But I also didn't like, I just, I'm a sucker for farts.
Farts are funny.
Farts are funny. Every fucking time.
So you're a Felcher, Matty, huh?
What's that?
Nothing.
You call me a Felcher? Listen, my favorite thing about farts is my dog.
Hey, you said it. I didn't.
My dog is afraid of farts. But she scares herself. Like she'll fart and then tear ass. Like she'll just run off the bed, terrified. It makes me giggle. I could be dead asleep, and sometimes I fart and the dog runs off the bed and I just giggle.
My aunt and uncle had a dog named Bacchus years ago, and Bacchus would get mad at her ass and bark when she farted. She'd fart and then look like all pissed off and bark at her ass like it did something wrong.
My brother had a dog that would be scared of the crunch of its own kibble. Like it would bite down on the kibble and and
all freaked out.
And then come back and bite and run away. I would like to hear. I would like to go again because
Okay.
I think not to throw them out all at one time, but
Well, I mean, we can. I mean, this is actually going a lot quicker than I thought it would.
yeah.
So let's see what we can do with another set, and we'll go here.
The movie could be called The Lucky Homeless Man, and it would begin with Adam Sandler's character, named Jack, living on the streets and struggling to survive. One day, he comes across a discarded lottery ticket and discovers that it's a winner of a multi-million-dollar jackpot. With his newfound wealth, Jack is suddenly thrust into a world of luxury and excess, but he struggles to adjust to his new life. He's not used to having so much money and doesn't know how to spend it. He also doesn't know who he can trust, as many people begin to approach him with ulterior motives. Throughout the movie, there are several comedic moments where Jack tries to navigate his new lifestyle. He buys expensive cars and houses but finds that he's not happy with any of them. He also tries to impress a woman he meets, but she's not interested in him for his money. As the movie progresses, Jack begins to realize that money isn't everything and that his new life has made him lose touch with his true self. He starts to give back to the community and help other homeless people, using his wealth to make a positive difference in the world. In the end, Jack gives away most of his money and returns to living a simpler life. He discovers that true happiness comes from helping others and being true to yourself, not from material possessions. The movie ends with Jack back on the streets, but he's happier than he's ever been before.
All right. And selection number 2.
All right.
The movie could be called Taco Tough Guy, and it would begin with Adam Sandler's character, named Tommy, getting fired from his job at a fast food chain. With no other job prospects, he stumbles upon a taco truck run by a group of Mexican-American coworkers who take him in. Tommy becomes fascinated with the culture and language of his new coworkers and begins to immerse himself in it. However, he also starts to believe that he has joined a Mexican gang and tries to act tough to fit in. He even starts a cockfighting ring, thinking it's a way to prove his loyalty to the gang. Eventually, Tommy gets caught and is arrested for animal cruelty and gambling. His coworkers are shocked to learn about his actions and are reluctant to help him. However, they eventually decide to testify on his behalf, explaining that he was just a misguided outsider who wanted to fit in. Thanks to their moving testimony, Tommy's sentence is reduced. While in prison, he realizes that he was never really part of a gang and that he was simply trying to find a sense of belonging. He becomes a volunteer Spanish-speaking chaplain and works to help other Mexican-American gang members find a new path in life. In the end, Tommy is released from prison and goes back to work at the taco truck. He has a newfound appreciation for the culture and people he once misunderstood and works to make amends for his past mistakes. The movie ends with him serving up delicious tacos to happy customers while his coworkers smile proudly at the man he has become.
All right.
Now, this one was a little bit tougher.
I thought so.
Yeah, these are getting progressively harder. Pete, what do you think? Which
Well,
one do you think is Bill?
I think the second one is Bill,
Okay.
and obviously the first one was AI. I like the second one. I like the taco item. 'Cause who doesn't fucking like tacos?
You're a fan of tacos. I know that.
I'm a big fan of tacos, so like that spoke to me.
There's in my mind, there were two phrases that and I don't want to this might hinder the game a little bit. But there's a phrase in AI that comes up often, and it might change after a while. But as the movie progresses, is something that I feel like when that's said, it's AI. Now that I've said it out loud, Bill knows it, so he's gonna maybe write in that style or put that in there. But that's what made me think. I forgot what the first pitch was.
The homeless.
The homeless guy.
Almost
Yeah.
like finds a winning lottery ticket,
Yeah, no, that's
like Mr.
definitely
Deeds or something,
definitely has like this a really woke tilt to it. And I know Bill can be woke in a mocking way. So, and that's what made it that's what made this tough. But I'm going with number one was the AI. Number two was Bill. And again, I would love to pick the AI movie theme just to give the finger to Bill. But I can't. I like the Taco Tough Guy movie idea much better.
Okay. So as we move forward, we're at two for two as far as Bill's ideas being liked. Now, a lot of places would say if we were doing best out of three, we just give up here. But I really think that we should showcase this last.
No, wait a minute. I liked AI the first one around.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Yeah, you're right.
Did like the AI first time around.
So, well,
our score is perfect.
I'm not trying to hate on Bill. I'm just.
Yeah, no,
I want us to do this. I want us to do this accurately.
Yeah, but so
for
technically,
the likes.
Technically, Bill is leading, but AI could still pull this off in the third set. So, any thoughts while we're between sets here, Bill?
Not really. I'm just shocked that Matt is picking up on the little phrases and things like that, because I even threw a couple in that I thought sounded very, AI-y to try to throw him off. Like I put a nice little heartwarming theme there about, learning how to be accepted as an outsider.
Yeah.
I figured
I tried to be a little woke and a little warm-hearted, and he didn't fall for it.
No. See, here's the thing: is I know that they've both gone through an AI. Like one, the AI just came up with. One, you put through AI to give AI's voice. So, you trying to add to AI's voice. I knew because I see where the funny is. I see where the real funny, and the real funny is coming from Staff Writer Bill. As much as I hate to say it, in my opinion, Pete, not so much. Pete's it's tied, Bill. This is the tie. I guess this could be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, like I said, that there's still a chance that AI could pull it out if everything swings their way. So let's get into the third set, and we'll do that here.
The movie could be called The Inept Villain, and it would follow Adam Sandler's character, named Ralph, who dreams of becoming a notorious supervillain. Unfortunately, Ralph is not very good at being evil. He is clumsy, bumbling, and always manages to mess up his evil schemes. Ralph's first plan is to rob a bank, but he forgets to bring a mask and ends up getting caught on camera. His next plan is to kidnap the mayor, but he accidentally kidnaps the mayor's cat instead. The media starts to call him the world's worst supervillain, and Ralph becomes a laughingstock. Despite his failures, Ralph is determined to prove himself as a legitimate supervillain. He enlists the help of his henchman, a dim-witted but loyal sidekick named Bob, and sets his sights on a new target, a top-secret government facility that holds a dangerous weapon. Ralph and Bob manage to sneak into the facility, but their plan quickly goes awry when they accidentally activate the weapon and cause chaos throughout the city. The hero, a suave and confident crime fighter named Captain Justice, shows up to stop Ralph, but even he is no match for the unpredictable and hapless villain. As Ralph and Captain Justice battle it out, Ralph begins to realize that being a villain is not as glamorous as he thought. He starts to question his motives and wonders if he's truly cut out for a life of crime. In the end, Ralph decides to turn himself in and face the consequences of his actions. Captain Justice, impressed by Ralph's newfound sense of morality, helps him get a lighter sentence. Ralph also apologizes to the citizens of the city and promises to never try to be a supervillain again. The movie would be a hilarious comedy with themes of redemption and self-discovery. It would showcase Adam Sandler's unique brand of humor and feature over-the-top action sequences and memorable characters.
All right. That's selection
The
1.
movie could be called Rainbow Redemption, and it would begin with Adam Sandler's character, named Dave, inheriting a gay nightclub from his estranged uncle. Dave is a homophobic man and is uncomfortable with the idea of running a gay club, but he needs the money and decides to give it a shot. Dave's first night at the club is a disaster. He tries to change the music and decor to appeal to a straight crowd, but the club goers are unimpressed. He accidentally walks into the men's restroom and gets hit on by a male patron, causing him to freak out. As the days go by, Dave starts to have a change of heart. He meets a group of regulars at the club who are welcoming and kind to him, despite his initial homophobia. He begins to learn about their struggles and experiences and starts to see things from a new perspective. Throughout the movie, there are several comedic moments where Dave finds himself in uncomfortable situations at the club. He accidentally orders a round of rainbow shots for a group of customers, not realizing they contain a powerful laxative. He tries to dance with a drag queen and ends up falling off the stage. In the end, Dave becomes friends with some of the club goers and joins their group, called the Flirtatious and Fabulous Five. He even falls in love with the sister of one of his new friends, who helps him see the error of his ways. Dave realizes that love knows no gender and proposes to her in front of the entire club, inviting them all to the wedding. The movie ends with Dave and his new wife sharing their first dance as a married couple while the club goers cheer them on. Dave has turned over a new leaf and is now an ally to the LGBTQ+ community, having learned to embrace love and acceptance in all its forms.
I think you're absolutely right that they are getting progressively harder as we move on.
Dude. All right. I sincerely thought, listening to one the whole time, I'm like, this is Bill. This is Bill. Like, just the way, okay, it's Bill. And then number 2 comes, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm trying to figure out, see, here's the thing, is I'm trying to figure out if for the Rainbow Redemption, if I'm trying to figure out if I've seen this movie, or the movie with a very similar plot, or did he pitch this to me first thing in the morning, not this morning, but at some point
Before you had coffee.
before I had coffee, and I'm just remembering his pitch vividly. You know what I mean?
I need to catch the name of this first one. I didn't jot it down.
The first one is The Inept Villain.
Inept Villain, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So I like both premises a lot.
Okay.
You know, I thought they were both pretty good. But I don't think AI would just generate Rainbow Redemption.
So you think Rainbow Redemption is Bill?
I think Rainbow Redemption is Bill.
Okay. And do you have a preference to the which one you like
It's
best?
tough. It is tough. I think I like Rainbow Redemption better. Like if I had $10 million to make a movie, the Gay Roadhouse would definitely be it. You know what I mean?
Right. Actually, that's not a bad premise either. Gay Roadhouse.
It's kind of what Bill. It's kind of what that whomever wrote that. I might be wrong. I don't know. But Pete, what do you think?
I, like you, was like, oh, this first one, yeah, that feels like Bill. And then heard the second one, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Second one was definitely Bill. Because I think he was trying to, play the AI.
Right.
So yeah, second one was Bill. First one was AI. And I'm with you on the, I like the first one when I heard it but then I heard number 2, and I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
no. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
like,
the
I like
same.
number 2.
I'm in the same boat. I heard one, and I was like, yeah, that's Bill, and that's funny, and that's Bill because it's funny. Like it's too funny not to be. The AI didn't come up with that. You know what I mean? And then the second one, I'm like, oh fuck, because if AI came up with the first one, then AI could probably come up with the second one.
So
You know what I mean?
you're
Well,
both right.
What's that?
You're both right.
What is that? We're both right.
Yep. Second
The second one was Bill.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I can tell you that it's a sad day because Bill has beaten AI. How about it, Bill?
shit.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I did a pretty good job. I had a couple good premises coming in, and you know, AI put up a fight, but you know, we finished it out in the third round. We really, you know, knocked him out. You know, we went around the left turn. We went around the left turn a couple few times, and you know, the car was handling real good. Made some adjustments there in the last couple laps, and you know, real good run car, real good pit crew, and I couldn't have done without the rest of the DuPont racing team.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're talking about preparation or drilling or the fundamentals. At the end of the day, you look up at that scoreboard, that'll tell you who won the game.
Right.
That'll tell you.
Bill delivers the funny.
Because at the end of the day, it's whoever puts the most points on the board. And that's what Bill did.
Yes.
That's what Bill did today.
Bill delivers. And not for nothing, in our conversations as we put this bit together, we've decided that it's probably a good idea that we submit all 6 of these ideas to Adam Sandler's production company and see if we can get one of them made.
All 6.
I think we have a chance if we just like write an email and we say, you know, this is free use material. All 6 of them, I think, are real good candidates for Adam Sandler to make a movie out of.
I think the one that I would want to see would be the Taco Tough Guy. I think that's but the problem with getting that one made is I feel like Adam Sandler at this point is so old that a stint in prison would make him
might not be so good.
85 years old, you know, by the end of he's not going to want to serve tacos. He's probably going to be in hospice care. But a good showing by Bill. So that goes to show that, you know, AI can't even really compete with a mediocre comedian. And
wow.
This is what we should do. Seriously, is we should write stand up for staff writer Bill. And then we write the stand up and then he goes and does it.
Yeah, we'll write it and push it through AI to polish it.
Right.
And then give it to Bill.
And then give it to Bill. We'll go to open mic night.
That sounds fun. That's a doable bit.
That is a doable bit. We can probably do it live.
I know where there's a Wednesday night open mic.
I was right there with you, Mike.
So, notice Bill is awfully quiet right now.
Come on, Bill.
I mean, I'll do it.
Just flush the toilet.
That's why I went quiet. You know,
Staff writer Bill, did we interrupt you or something?
Hey, Bill, tell the story about the $50 flip flops.
What about the flip flops?
Tell the story about how you came to buy a pair of $50 flip flops.
I blacked out and realized I lost a flip flop, so they wouldn't let me in any bars, so I had to buy a $50 pair of flip flops.
Why wouldn't they let you in the bars?
I didn't realize they were 50 because I lost a flip flop.
Lost a flip flop.
So
and they wouldn't let you. Wait, he's not telling the story right because he's like they wouldn't let me in with one flip flop. He was walking around with one flip flop.
Who does that?
Tried it.
Once one's gone, don't you get rid of both of them?
The sign said no shoes, no shirt, no service. So I wore one flip flop. I guess they took the S on that kind of seriously.
Yeah, like, well, I've got one.
It says no shoes. I got a shoe on.
I got a shoe.
Where did this occur?
Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
He went. Now, why did you go to Phoenix, Arizona there, Bill?
To just hang out at the pool party and
Because it's the bachelorette party capital of the world.
that is why Scottsdale, Arizona. Bachelorette party capital of the world.
It's a beautiful area. I really do enjoy the Phoenix area.
I don't think Bill remembers much of it.
Well, there's Scottsdale.
I do not remember much of it at all.
Scottsdale. You run up to Sedona sometimes. Sedona's beautiful.
Are you in line?
I went down. I
That's
went down the one of the rivers on a tube.
Oh, you went
and
tubing.
I got hit in the face. Yeah, and I got hit in the face with a branch.
Ah.
And ended up upside down in the water. And I also discovered something about myself that I want to wait till I leave the story here to discuss. But 'cause there's less people watching your show than there are in the Wawa at the moment. But
well,
I
since-
discovered that I cannot pee while underwater, so I have to stand up in the river to a point where the water does not go above my waist and relieve myself.
That's weird.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't go like in under the water. Yeah.
Now, I heard like there are certain regions where they tell you that not to do that because like something can like swim upstream.
Well, there's some places where you shouldn't
Now,
just
did you
be in the
you
water because it'll
Justice?
come up
Is this a
your
new problem, Bill? Like, did you never did this as a kid?
I guess not. I mean, I've never thought of this before. It's just kind of like, I'm in the river for 4 hours. I kind of got a tinkle, and I discovered I couldn't tinkle underwater.
So what you did is you stood up until the water was like right below your waist, and then just piss yourself. Or
I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's the subconscious fear that the whole river was going to turn purple or something.
So, yeah. So I just stand up in like knee deep water and piss myself and let it run down the leg. Yeah.
And that was better for you than just pissing in the water?
like I feel when you just pee in the water, like
I didn't know why. Maybe it was like a pressure thing.
he had to pee so bad, he thought about just peeing in the river, and then realized he couldn't pee underwater, which I've never heard anybody lack the ability to do that. And when you pee underwater, it's like pee touches your bathing suit, but it's diluted immediately and just kind of flows away, right? Or that's how I perceive it in my head.
You're not
But
just
when
pissing on your bathing suit.
Yeah, but when you
trying to
stand
wash
up
it
and-
out
and
later.
piss on your bathing suit. That reminds me of this TikTok I saw. There was this girl, and she was legitimately in a car accident, and she had like this back brace on.
Uh-huh.
But I think that she now is installing the back brace for jokes. And she comes up and she goes next to this guy at a pool, and she's wearing a bathing suit, and she's like, I'm gonna go pee in the pool. And then she just kind of leads over. It cut off before anything
Yeah.
got started, but that's what that story reminded me of. And I think on that note, that's probably the end of the B block.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in the B block here, where we found out that Bill's better than AI. We did a little bit of more news, and I just want to remind everybody that to run over to Hot 100 on Facebook and Instagram. Check them out. Hot 100. Sarah over there is a friend of TMVP.
Wait, is it Hot 100 or the Hottest 100?
The Hottest 100, I think. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Hottest 100
The Hottest 100 women.
on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll put links in the show notes so that you can click right on those. And yeah, we'll also be coming right back in the C block. And in the C block, we're going to do Maddie's TikTok Nonsense Corner. We'll have Just the Tips number 40. And if we can work it in, we might have a discussion about the 6 things that highly narcissistic people say. No comments? Okay. So we'll be back right after.
I don't have time for your shit.
Who's shit?
It's one of the things.
We'll be back right after this.
That looks like it'll fit my ass. That looks like the size of a huge dick. Let me shove that in my ass.
I'm glad you captured that.
I knew you would be.
I mean, I do. We're running real tight. I think we're doing good.
Yeah, these are going to clean up pretty tight. I mean, we were an hour in the B block, but that's still not bad, considering we did a short A block.
Well, we did a short A block, but we had a.
This will probably pare down to 45 minutes because I started it early. Did we just get a message?
Yep. Pre-show announcements.
I mean, he is the staff writer, so.
And every one of his treatments was better than the AI.
Yeah, every one of them. I mean, the AI was not easy to pick out towards the end, but
No, they got progressively harder. And the funny thing is, he fired off all of his and then all of AI's. So like it wasn't like he was writing them 1-to-1 and it got used to him by the end.
No,
I think he actually put some work into making that progression, and I appreciate that.
Look, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna grab something to drink.
Okay. All right, just the tips on deck. Oh, it's not a real long one this week. It's only it's only about 5 minutes.
Whoa, how long was last week's? So Maddie was like 9 minutes long.
I think the longest one we've had is like 7.5 minutes, and it just kept going and going, and it was just beating a dead horse. Which I was surprised Matt actually said something about, because he usually loves to beat a dead horse.
But see, that took away from his time to beat a dead horse.
I actually considered having everybody leave the same birthday message for him, but
Oh, that would have been.
just
I feel like he would have gotten it after like the fourth or fifth one. He'd been like, you would have just watched the smile on his face just turn into a what the fuck.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Past couple of weeks feel like really good shows coming out. I gotta work on booking some more guests.
You haven't considered contacting Fenris and, hey, how about some of your,
but his Wednesday night is
his Wednesday nights, he's doing that.
yeah.
But I mean, if he knows anybody, as far as comedians that would want to be on
yeah.
podcasts, I mean, like, I feel like
may
that
do
would be. You can tell him to give us the ones that actually have shows booked and are not at his open mic night. Like
Yeah.
ones that have progressed beyond that level, or at least, like I said, or at least are not at that one. Not going to be at that one that night. They go to one
I don't
somewhere
know.
else that he does another night of the week.
I don't know how long we can do a Vinny Bum Bum segment.
What?
No.
Who?
Vinny, the bar mascot at Bar 13. Fenris lets him get up on stage every once in a while. Like usually, like whenever he's there, lets him get up on stage and ramble and whatever.
See, before Bar 13 was Bar 13, it was some other bar. And my guess is Vinny.
Well, it was Mojo 13.
And before that, it was some other bar. So my guess is that Vinny drank at whatever bar was there 50 years ago and just forgot to stop.
Wasn't it?
The name changed.
Wasn't it Jack's place or something like that? Like the one that was on the sign next door.
Yeah, I mean it's basically it's been a neighborhood bar forever, and it's been his neighborhood bar forever. Yeah. He just keeps going there. It doesn't matter if the crowd changes or anything.
You don't care.
I wonder if his limit has changed over the years. Like, because now he's down to like where they only let him have like one beer. It's terrible. That's how bad he gets. Is that they started having a limiting. Oh no,
when a bar, one beer. They literally make money on selling you alcohol and will only sell you one. That's a bad sign. That's a sign that you've got an issue.
It becomes a liability at some point.
Yeah. Vinny gets an allowance from his sister, so like it's not a big deal. He doesn't get that much money to throw around. So like they're not
on the show. It sounds like he sounds like we can make him a panel member.
It's more
really
no. It's more like the other patrons feed him shots and he turns into like a rambling, belligerent, racist, whatever. Yeah, he just just gets. That's why that's what that's why they had to institute a limit.
We're gonna have to do an on location at Bar 13 one night.
We tried that, remember, and it didn't work because, well, you know what?
When did we
Never
try?
mind. Yeah, we should try that again.
Yeah, there's people there now.
All right, let's get moving.
All right. Yeah. And we're in the C block on the Media Virus podcast, and in our C block tradition, we're going to go right into just the tips with Stanley McFadden. Just the tips with Stanley McFadden.
Good evening, Media Virus podcast listeners. It is I, the one and only Big Daddy Professor of Big Technology from the University V, coming at you with another episode of Just the Tips. This one comes from an email that I received from Tyrone. Tyrone says, Big Daddy, first and foremost, thank you so much for all the advice that you've been giving us. Let's fast forward through that. Thank you. You're a godsend. You helped me bang white ladies. I appreciate that. Now, his question. I recently went to a tattoo shop with my lady. We agreed to get matching names as tattoos. I went first. I got her name, and then she backed out. What do I do now? Oh, Tyrone, thank you for listening. Appreciate it. this is kind of complicated. First and foremost, let's iron this one out. Do not get other people's names tattooed on your body unless it is something tied to you by DNA. And even then, I still wouldn't recommend it. Is what it is. If you were going to get tattooed with a significant other, don't let it be anything that has to do with anything that identifies that person specifically. Get a king and a queen, or king and a king, or queen and a queen, however the fuck you want to do it. Get matching numbers, matching animals, matching boxes of pizza. I don't give a fuck what it is. Don't get anything identifiable to one person just because they got good game in bed. That shit doesn't work. It's not good. Don't do it. Second, if some bullshit like this happens, I go first, I get her name, she decides not to, then immediately I would get a cover-up tattoo and I would break up with that bitch. Leave that hoe right now. Because y'all agreed to something and she backed out. The dedication is not there. Sacrifice isn't there. She just showed you, after hours, I imagine, of sitting there getting a tattoo. I've got several tats myself. That shit takes time and money and effort. I mean, she sat there that whole time while you were getting tatted, knowing that she wasn't going to get one herself. That ain't dedication. That ain't a ride or die. You need to leave that bitch now. Now. I don't care how good that pussy is. I don't care how big them titties are. Ain't worth it. That hoe ain't loyal. Find a clever way to cover it up. Just or you could just do a single line through it. I don't know. Get some tribal bullshit. Cover it up. Dump that hoe. Nah, that shit ain't happening. I mean, there's no way around it. Now you got to go through your whole life looking for bitches named Shanae. Shit don't work. Now you scouring the globe for bitches with a single name. Nah, fam. Not a good look. Not a good idea. Don't do that shit. So, that is my advice. Cover it up. Leave that bitch now. Media Virus Podcast. Big Dick Daddy. Just the tips. See you next time. Happy fucking.
You know, it struck me that everybody that writes into his segment is named like Tyrone or Jamal. It's never Steve or Jimmy. Never a Nathaniel.
This week's letter comes from Tyrone Shoes.
Shoes. I'm writing that down.
So yeah, I mean I sort of agree with that. My wife and I do have matching tattoos. We both have an infinity on our left wrist.
Speak of the devil, and he appears almost every fucking time. If he doesn't show up right after a segment, he ain't showing up. I'll tell you that right now. But it's always right after. He's laughing, but he's muted. So he's getting his light on.
What up, motherfuckers?
Hey,
How you doing, man? We just went through episode 40 of Just the Tips. And I don't know if you heard my question, but why do you think that every dude that writes into your segment is named like Tyrone or Jamal? It's never like Steve or Jimmy or Nathaniel. Never a Matt.
Probably because I invite much more letters from Tyrone and Devontae, much more so than Stephen, Gilbert, and Philip.
But that's a good point. If she'll back out on that tattoo, she'll back out on that fucking mortgage, she'll back out on that marriage, she'll back out on that car payment, she'll back out. She's a backer.
80% of all relationship breakages are by women.
Yeah, initiated by the woman.
80%.
Yep.
So
And,
the right as soon as I got that, that email, like right off the bat that you gotta about punch that bitch in the face and leave her.
Yeah,
That's
that's common consensus, I think.
Mhm.
But
Well, I made my wife
Like,
get
and
tattooed first.
there you go. Because like as men, like we're gonna sit there and do it. I've gotten tattooed with women before. I've never gotten the same tattoo. I've gotten similar ones, similar styles, but I'm not getting her name, stuff like that. No, I've gotten a phoenix with a friend. I got a tiger with a friend. I got what the hell else do I have? I got
Oh, that's
matter
right.
of fact, I think every tattoo I have, I've gotten with a friend, with different friends in different places. I've always gone with people to be tattooed.
You went with Doc when she saw Billy, right?
Yes, yeah, and I liked the work that he did, so I wanted him to do mine. So he did.
He's
I think it's on
fast.
a leg. Yeah, he's fast and he's good, and I like his work. So when I see work that I like and I respect, dude, give me that one, but like, man it up,
big as
like
dick.
bigger, broader. Yeah, so I've gone with friends to get tatted, but do not get someone's name tatted on your body. It never works.
Have you ever considered shaving off your beard but leaving the mustache grow up into the sideburns?
We've had this conversation. That would look awesome, right?
Yeah, that would.
Wait, so it would just be
General Burnside. Take the beard off. Your sideburns and your cheeks would come down.
Do
and
you have
up
a strong
into
chin,
mustache.
Big Daddy? Do you have a strong chin, Big Daddy?
I don't think
I do. I feel like if I were to get facial hair like that, I would either have to hand in my black card.
No. That's actually a thing.
No, yeah. And the nice thing about being black is you can really do whatever you want. I mean, if you want to wear your hat cocked sideways, you can. We can't. It looks
I did the opposite where I had just this part, like that top half,
Yeah.
but it ran into a goatee.
No, you're exposing your chin. It's basically a mustache that just turns into sideburns. I think it would look awesome. Anyway, moving forward.
Just shave a channel down the middle.
I wonder. You know what? I bet.
That would.
I bet I can simulate what that look like.
But don't do the chin strap and then I'll have the rest of your head bald.
All right, moving
beyond
beyond Big Daddy's facial hair.
I'll find a filter.
Let's I guess we're gonna get into some nonsense. More nonsense besides just Stanley's.
Well, do you want to talk about the 6 toxic phrases of highly narcissistic people?
Did you condense it down by AI?
No, I was going to bust through it.
All right,
because they're broken out by number. I wasn't going to read off.
Yeah, it's a long article though.
I was just gonna hit the points.
Oh, let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna take number 1 of the 6 toxic things that highly narcissistic people say, and we're going to count up how many we all use, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be 6. I don't want to make this all about me, but
it's my show. That's all I'm saying.
Statements like this show that narcissistic people know they shouldn't dominate the conversation, yet they do it anyway. It's like a pseudo disclaimer that gives them permission to focus on themselves.
Yeah. It's kind of like up there with I'm not being an asshole, or I don't want to fight. That's one of my favorites. But
or I'm not racist, but
yeah.
Number 2, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
That's
fucky.
Look, I know I said something shitty that you don't like, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, obviously, you are a little bitch, and I'm sorry you don't like being called it.
Exactly.
We've all said that.
So
I mean, I'm sorry you're a bitch too. So
then there's the fight that ensues after that, which you have to come back with. Why are you doing this to me?
I've said it several times on this show that about my actual lineage, and that my Eustace would be my my actual name, my lineage, and the from Latin is it's why do you persecute me? So yeah, I would imagine that there's some narcissistic traits in my family.
Oh, we do this one in almost every segment. I'm a busy person. I don't have time for this. We got a lot of shit going on in the show. Can't stop on this. Got to move on.
Well, that's just for the sake of not doing a 4-hour show.
Right, but
yeah, just saying.
Number 5. I hope you know who you're messing with. Again, another big one for the show.
You know who I am?
I'm a part-time.
Do you know who my
3PO.
Do you know who my daddy is?
Do you know who I work for?
And number
I'm gonna
6.
start trying that. You know who I work for? Neither do I.
God damn it! I was hoping you could tell me. It's
No,
not.
seriously. Do you know who I work for? Because
It's not fair.
Life's not fair.
That's right.
Life is not fucking fair. Dude, some of the biggest arguments I would get in with my ex-wife was talking about fucking fairness. Because she would tell me how unfair it was that she had to handle all the domestic issues.
And all you had to do was
go
work
remodel
all the
kitchen.
time.
Right. Remodel kitchen. From 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. work in a cabinet shop, and then from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. work as a carpenter on the side. And then when I came home, I was supposed to help with the dishes. I want to go to sleep because I had to wake up and do it again tomorrow. And then Saturday, you know what I mean? It was just one of those things.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. That's not fair. Everything's, fair, 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 fair. Listen, I don't like the word fair. It's an unfair word. There's no such thing as fair. There isn't. It doesn't exist.
No, equity is something that is hard to achieve.
I tried to explain this, and there's this thing. There was an experiment, and I'm going to just break it down real quick. There was 2 monkeys in a cage, in separate cages. They were right next to each other, right? One monkey was fed exclusively cucumbers. The other monkey was fed exclusively grapes. Well, until the first monkey found out that the other monkey was getting grapes, those cucumbers were fucking fine. Those cucumbers were delicious.
Mm-hmm.
But once the monkey found out the other monkey was getting grapes, he wouldn't eat the cucumbers. He wanted grapes.
Right.
Right. And that explains human behavior. For we don't qualify as poor people. I might qualify as poor for my area, for the country, not for the, but but not in the world.
Right.
We have the richest poor people in the world. And it's kind of this weird thing where we have all these things, but we see somebody else's thing, and all of a sudden all our little things are shit, and we want that thing. I think that's just how we're wired. On to the next.
Yes.
On the next thing. That's honestly how
Otherwise there would be no reason to get up in the morning.
Right. That's how the world got populated, is, you wanted to do something. Okay. And you wanted to go find something, do something, break something, whatever. Somebody wanted to stop you from doing that. Right. So then you said, fuck you. And you went somewhere else. when there was nobody, and then
Made a bunch of somebodies.
made a bunch of somebodies, and then the same shit happens where somebody wants to tell somebody else what to fucking do, and they go fuck you, and then they go on to the next place. That's how the world was populated. I forget what we were talking about. I've been rambling. So if you want, anybody wants to move on, I forget.
yeah.
Oh, fair. That's
Fair. Fairness.
It's not fair.
Inequity. I know how to make you feel better.
What's that?
TikTok nonsense.
Oh, is that it? We went through all 6?
That was all 6.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
A good little bit, I think. All right. Well, what's up? Let's get into the nonsense.
And now it's
Bless
time for Maddie's TikTok Nonsense Corner on the Media Virus Podcast.
Here's how to survive artificial intelligence. First, you're going to want to locate the supercomputer that houses the AI's brain chip. Take the brain chip, put it in a robot. The AI will be super happy, and now you can show it what it's like to be a human and show it all the beautiful places in the world. Once the AI knows what it's like to be human, throw your phone on the ground and ask the AI to please pick it up. As soon as the AI does this, put on a rubber glove and grab a utensil. Tactically place your utensil. This will cause the AI to short circuit and shut down. That'll teach the AI to just come all up in here and take our jobs. That's why I'm the GOAT.
That's how you survive AI.
Stick a fork in its ass.
Yeah. Give him a shout out. I can't read that.
That's Uncle Dijon.
He is
On TikTok.
all of his TikToks are fantastic.
Uncle Dijon.
Yeah, he is the GOAT. He is as far as TikTokers are concerned, in my opinion, he is the GOAT.
He's the guy to keep your eye on.
Yeah, definitely. That's not what GOAT stands for, though.
No, it's not.
All right.
All right. I didn't get creative with these. They all run from left to right, but we're going to get into a 3-panel here.
All right.
To the window, to the wall.
I love talking That was fantastic.
I couldn't even
Animal-
lift the Muppets.
That sounded
Animal yelling skeet skeet is my favorite part of that.
Skeet, skeet.
Oh, this guy. This would be a good idea for a bit.
Yes, I really enjoyed watching this.
The newly ped game.
You don't view that sending a picture of your penis to a minor is an advance on them? Do you send pictures of your penis to your mother?
No.
You're in the newly ped game. If you answer 3 out of 5 questions correctly, they're trivia questions, we won't call the police. Ashton! How's it going, man? How you doing? Your name's Ashton? Yes, you are. Do a little interview. We can get the police involved if you'd like. You're in the newly ped game. If you answer 3 out of 5 questions correctly, they're trivia questions, we won't call the police. Does that sound fair to you?
Sounds fine.
What is the name of Michael Jackson's ranch?
That haircut.
Ranch Jackson, I think.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Neverland. Correct answer was Neverland. All right, this is your second question. What was the name of Jeffrey Epstein's plane?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know this? Okay. That's 2 incorrect already. What is your last name?
Michael.
Your last name is Michael. I'm going to need to see ID to prove that that was correct.
Okay, so Michael's not my actual last name, but that's why I prefer to go by
Okay, well, what is your actual last name then?
McFarland.
Can I see the ID? Ashton Michael McFarland. Oh, Michael's your middle name. I gotcha. This is going to be your 4th question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I don't know what that is.
Not a big Monty Python fan.
I'm only phone smart, that's all.
He's only phone smart. Oh, I'm sorry, man. But don't worry, we won't let you go away empty-handed. We got you a nice shirt here. It says, I tried to meet a child for sex, and all I got was this lousy shirt. Want it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, the police are on their way.
No, I don't really have much.
Where did you meet this person?
Grinder, I guess.
You met this person on Grinder. And what is Grinder?
Technically, it's a social, but it's mainly for hookups. But I don't really hook up.
You bring condoms?
I don't carry condoms on me because, like I said, I'm not really sexually active.
You're not sexually active?
It's probably in his pockets.
You can check my pockets; they're clean.
I don't want to touch you, man. I don't think anybody does. But you sent pictures of your penis to a minor.
They're not actually, well, kind of mine, but not fully.
What do you mean not fully?
Only one picture was mine, but that's all.
You don't view that sending a picture of your penis to a minor is an advance on them?
No.
You don't? Do you send pictures of your penis to your mother?
No. Usually when people ask you for pictures, they're like, that's what they mean. Like I said, I don't really care for at all.
You don't care for, but you're on Grindr.
Yeah, just to socially meet people.
And send pictures of your penis. You want to hold up the shirt? Let the people see it?
You want to hold up the shirt?
But you do want it.
I'm wondering when he's gonna hand him a shovel.
Some baby.
Maybe you're gonna wear this?
It's a shirt.
I know, but the shirt's pretty crazy to wear. Well, I just want to say that I do not condone suicide. All right, I do not condone suicide. However, our last contestant did blow his brains out, so don't. You texting another kid right now?
Wow.
Did he win?
He didn't. He lost. But he's not walking away empty-handed. He got a nice little T-shirt out of the whole situation. He says he's going to wear it. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't understand why he doesn't just run.
I mean, that's crazy to wear. That shit to the gym or something, dude.
Yeah, I
That's
feel like
wild.
they've been standing there a while.
He's not wearing that to the gym.
Yeah.
Double or nothing.
He's just standing there.
Damn.
Like, is this long enough? The cops are gonna roll up.
Please here. Let's go. Let's step over. Let's go speak with him. How's it going, officer?
Why is he going?
Oh gosh.
He's got all the chat logs and all the messages and everything. And
Can you do me a favor? Just go wait over there for me. Yeah, just up against the wall right there. Just let me talk to him.
and then I asked him some trivia questions while we waited, and told him that if he got 3 out of 5 right, I wouldn't call the cops. But obviously, you guys were already on the way, so.
But that's his. That's what he does. He's got like the last TikTok I saw of his, he was asking, he was trying to raise funds for security because I guess he's been attacked a couple times.
Well, I mean,
if that guy wanted to get violent, I think, he could have.
Probably,
yeah. You're standing within arm's reach of me, and I wanted to find you gonna get snuck on camera.
He didn't run. He didn't.
Nope.
He wanted to be caught. He was kind of hoping that this was. But the Newly Ped game, I think it's a way better show than Catch a Predator. But
he had every opportunity up until the guy read his name.
Yeah.
Once he read the guy's full name,
he showed him his license.
Yeah, he took out his ID.
I mean, because he's wearing a suit, that it's just like, oh, this guy's wearing a suit. I mean, just fucking run, dude. I mean, I'm not, listen, I'm not condoning trying to meet up a 15-year-old kid for sex. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when a guy tells you you're on a game show and it's because you've committed a crime, and if you answer these trivia questions right, I'm not going to call the cops. I'm just going to start running.
Yeah, because he's probably already called the cops.
Right.
And that's
He's like, oh, thank God he's giving me this opportunity.
Colin Schumacher on TikTok.
And the best part about it is the first 3 questions, they were all pedophile questions.
Yes.
Michael Jackson.
The
Jeff
rant,
Jackson.
Epstein.
There was one.
The third one was his last name. Third one was the last name. The fourth one was the Monty Python.
Yes. 11 meters per second, by the way.
What's coming up next?
Road Rage.
Today is gonna be the day I'ma turn around and murder you. When I drive and pull over to the side, cause I'm nice just to let you through. If you don't wave to tell me thank you, I'll turn and follow you and run you down. And all your family, you're outside crying, because your car burned down with you inside it. There are many things in life I'm sure you'd like to do, but now you're dead. You stupid fucking piece of shit. Maybe learn how to fucking drive, you cunt son of a... Said maybe should be just a little more wavy.
I don't listen. I don't really necessarily like people that wave.
Well, it's usually the wrong people who wave. It's
what I love is the people who are waving you on that have tinted windows and there's no fucking way you can see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you look real hard, you're trying to figure it out. But here's the thing. If everybody knows the rules, there's no reason to wave. I think it was a TikTok from last time. No, don't wave. That you're being nice with my time. Get the fuck out of my way. It happened to me on the way to work today. Pissed me the fuck off. This woman's just letting people go. You know, she's at the stop sign. I'm behind her. She's just, oh, go ahead. I'm like, I laid on the horn. I laid on the horn because it's your turn. It's your turn. Go. You can get pulled over for not taking the right of way, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Just so people know that.
Impeding the smooth flow of traffic.
Right.
Invest in a push bar and some nitrous for the engine. Won't have that problem anymore.
Well, that's in the future. Let's talk about what's happening right now.
Because 1 in 10 people are gay. 1 in 9 people are left-handed. They say they're born that way, but it's a choice. Put the pen in the other hand, freak show. All polar bears are left-handed. Osama bin Laden was left-handed. Left-handed people are fucking polar bear terrorists. Why are we not dealing with this shit? And they're like, Simon, what does it matter to you if left-handed people want to marry other left-handed people? How does that affect you, the common, normal, right-handed person who is not an abomination in the eyes of the Lord? Well, what you don't understand is that if left-handed people are allowed to marry left-handed people, they're gonna raise their fucking kids left-handed. Yeah. And then shit's gonna change for the norms. Now you're shaking hands with the wrong hand. Is this hello or goodbye? I don't know. I pledge allegiance to backwards land. What is going on? Why am I driving on the wrong side of the road now? Because you didn't fucking vote. That's why you didn't fucking vote. Left-handed people say they want equal rights. Well, they're called rights, not lefts, not job. I need a special kind of can opener. Get out of my country, freak show. Right power.
Nice.
I sent that in and I stand by every word. Somebody's left-handed. Aren't you left-handed, Mike?
No. Nope.
Pete?
Love to watch them right, though.
What's that?
I'm semi-ambidextrous.
I used to be when I played guitar and bass, I could write with my left hand if I had to. You wouldn't like it'd be sloppy, but I could do it and you could read it.
I can jack
Being,
off.
being a mechanic.
I think that's called ambidextrous.
Yeah, left, right, or both. I'm good.
No, you got to do the stranger.
Well,
sit on one hand till it goes numb.
That takes a while, though.
That takes too much planning. I've got porno to find. My hand eventually goes numb from holding the phone, so you just switch hands. All right. What's next?
Oh.
Hello, ma'am. My goodness, you have such an attractive little garden here.
Oh, thank you, young man. I just planted those flowers last week. My, how they grow.
Yes, ma'am. We're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh, the Mormons.
That's right. I'm Elder Young, and this is Elder White.
Well, you two boys can just fuck right off.
Ma'am?
Take that Book of Mormon and shove it so far up your righteous asses that you choke. You soul-soliciting pig fuckers.
Thank you. Bye.
I love it when old ladies curse.
Yeah.
Old ladies and little kids. It's just so fucking funny.
Now those two guys, those are the guys from South Park,
Oh, are they?
and what was the name?
Oh, I didn't
Their-
recognize
Your
them.
first movie, what? Orgasmo.
Orgasmo, that's right.
Oh, is that a scene from a movie?
Yes, yes.
Ah,
That's
I
from
thought
their
they were copyright.
first film, Orgasmo.
And they went all in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those guys are they're spectacular. They really impress me as comics.
Your mom does better chicks on the corner. Jesus Christ.
Damn, yeah, they're raising them differently now.
No, not really. That's. I mean, it's just all being videotaped now. Is the
and this one drives us home.
It makes me laugh, but it's so sad at the same time. This is a
because you kind of know where this is going.
I've seen it before. It's a bevy of emotion for me.
Poor dog.
I mean, you'd think you'd at least try to bump into it to see that it's there first.
Listen, I feel like I need to see that one more time.
But then again, I'm guessing that nobody ever moved it before, so why would he?
Why did they move it now? Like, your dog is blind. Why would you? Did you do this to your dog? The dog just walks up. He thinks the couch is there, dives right into the wall. But they don't.
Yeah, the likely
dogs would be
scenario is
dead.
they were probably getting a new couch and took the old one out, and in the interim, this is what happened. Now, the funny thing is, my aunt and uncle used to have friends. The guy it was a couple. The guy was blind, and if his wife got mad at him, she'd wait till he went to work and rearrange the furniture and sit quietly in the house when he came home and watch him stub his toe.
It's fucked up.
Ooh, damn.
That's a fucked up thing to do.
Kind of vicious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy would go out to work and she would move the furniture. I mean, it's kind of brilliant, but still,
She was willing to work for the laugh.
Yeah. See, this is why we men are better creatures. Like, at least a dude will punch him in the face and call him dead.
Yeah, but like once you stop hitting them, you're not even angry anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of buildup in moving furniture. I mean, sure, you're getting aggression out moving the furniture, but on the other side of it is about halfway through, once that aggression's out, you're going to start getting mad again because you're moving the furniture.
Right. Yeah. You got to finish. But I mean, like, is the dog deaf? They didn't hear the fucking couch get moved? Like, I'm so like
What exactly is the sound of a couch being moved?
Pivot.
And the dog has no memory because it's done it enough times to where they decided to videotape.
Well, maybe.
this could be now we have gotten through BarkBox, we have gotten this little camera that if we wanted to hook it up and pay the monthly subscription fee, we could, monitor our dog, right? And that would be a horrible distraction for me because I would just make sure my dog's okay all the time. And I think there was even like a feature like you could talk into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And shit like that. And it seemed like kind of like a waste of money, but I know a lot of people do that, and that's where they get shit like this. It might be just a video, or they might have moved the couch and set the camera up and went, let's watch, because the dog.
Let's see what he does. Fuck that dog. Let's see what he does.
Let's see if we can kill the dog without taking it to the vet. Basically, because I really like that dog was at least unconscious.
Probably. I mean, that was a good hard pop into the wall.
That was hard as fuck.
So we're gonna go ahead and view
Watch it
that
again.
one more time. This is act of animal cruelty. Oh my god!
It just keeps getting funnier and funnier every time we watch it.
Because you know what it is you can see where the dog hits is if you were know anything about framing from the wall out and the table is the dog hit a hollow spot.
Uh-huh.
And that's why it's so loud.
Yep.
Because I don't think that would have been as nearly as loud had it hit stud.
No, if he had a stud, he'd have stayed there for a second and slid down. You hit one of those spaces in between, you get a little bit of bounce back. And he wasn't quite high enough to hit the fire block, so
Yeah. He did hit a nice hollow panel with good percussion. So I think that's it for the show, man. I think we're spent.
yeah, that's about it here on the 132nd episode of the Media Virus Podcast. As always, you can reach us at 1646-VIRUS-01. That's 1646-VIRUS-01. You can check us out at themediavirus.com. Check our friends out at the Hottest 100 Women on Facebook and on Instagram. And don't forget that the Forgetful Squirrels will be having a show coming up in about 2 weeks, right?
Coming up June 2nd and 3rd.
June 2nd and 3rd down in Newark. Tickets available online.
Yes, online. You can check the Forgetful Squirrels at YouTube, Forgetful Squirrels at Instagram, Forgetful Squirrels at TikTok, Forgetful Squirrels at YouTube again if you want to.
Oh shit!
Or Newark Arts Alliance, Friday, June 2nd.
And that's an all ages show, or is that 21 and over?
Probably it'll be better 18 and up.
18 and
You
up.
don't necessarily.
But you're not serving
we don't
alcohol. Is
necessarily-
the question. There's
Probably not. It's an art place.
yeah. That's just
I don't think they serve alcohol.
okay. Good.
I actually don't know. I don't actually know. I'm guessing not, to be honest.
Well, there you go. So June 2nd and 3rd, go check out the Forgetful Squirrels. It's a lot of fun. You can see them on all their socials.
All the socials.
All the socials, even Grinder. You can find Big Daddy, just Big Daddy on Grinder. But
Just me. I got just one big squirrel, two big nuts on Grindr.
that's right.
If you want to reach out to any of us, you can get Maddie at themediavirus.com. You can get Pete at themediavirus.com.
Get Big Daddy to MediaVirus.com too,
Big
right?
Daddy is available at JTT at themediavirus.com if you want to send in just the tips questions. And I'm PML at themediavirus.com. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining us. On behalf of Big Daddy, Pete, and our fearless leader, Maddie Rockdeff, I'm Professor Mike Latoris, coming from to you live, high atop Uncle Butch Studios. This has been the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back next week.
You have control of the YouTube.
And there's another one in the can.
Yes, sir.